what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up.
4 more kilometers. A big there we go! They touch!
This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride.
Frankie! Down to the inside of Hoosie's off!
Lanier throws the block, and he will keep him behind him.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up. I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
The action we saw for round 1 was hectic. Tonight we head to Lanier National Speedway, I should say, for round 2 of the Down Under Graphics Australian 410 Sprint Car Series, Australia's premier online sprint car series. It's going to be an action-packed night at this amazing new / old dirt oval. My name is Jay Kennedy, and joining me in the booth for tonight's racing action, all the way from the UK and New Zealand, it's got Fonty Fountain. Fonty, it's going to be a very, very action-packed night. It's an absolutely incredible track, and the conditions are pretty much perfect for some really tight, close racing.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Jay. Welcome, viewers. Hey, yeah, I certainly love this track, and yeah, it's you can't beat short track racing and dirt stuff. So no, it should be a great event. We saw a pretty cool first round, and I'm sure the action will continue on to this one.
Yep, definitely. We'll be tight the whole way through the championship. Points up on screen from round number 1 2 weeks ago. Joel Berkeley got the win over Bob King by about 0.02 of a second from memory. And Bob, although not sure if he's going to be able to run tonight, he's very, very unwell. So hopefully he's okay to race tonight and try and consolidate a top position in the championship. Tim Harris, James Robbie and Lachlan Smith, those guys had an epic battle at the end of the race last round as well. So very, very open championship at this early stage, but saying that at the same time, it's a very, very short championship at only 6 rounds. So you really need to take advantage of every chance you get, don't you, Fonty?
Yeah, you certainly do, mate. It's all about staying out of trouble in this stuff, really. You don't have to be the fastest, you know, throughout the whole event, but if you can stay out of trouble and sort of make your way through the field and, you know, can be sort of up the pointy end for the A main, then, yeah, you can certainly have a decent shot, which is what we saw last at round 1. So, yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to this. This will be good. As I said, yeah, short track racing is really great, and we're going to see plenty of action, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. It should be a pretty action-packed night. We're about to get into qualifying, same as last week, which is a really cool format. I really, really enjoy the shootout format that we've ended up for this series. So we'll have every car out on track, and every car will get their opportunity to shine in TV time, which is always good for all of these drivers. Get my list up so I can work out who's coming out on track first. But I also got some new names out there tonight as well, which is good to see. We've got a couple of Americans that have come and joined us as well, which is another good thing as well. A few pro drivers out there on track tonight as well, which is another real positive thing too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, certainly competition makes it all that much better, really. And yeah, I'm sure these pro guys are going to certainly give us a good show tonight.
So first car to jump out was due to be Trent Gostley, but can't see him out on the circuit at the moment. So shuffling to the front now will be Lewis Hewitt. He's the lucky man to get the first slot out on track. The prime position to be, and you really want to be that first car out. It does make a big advantage. We saw last week how quickly the track went away, didn't we? Well, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we certainly did. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we certainly did. It was yeah, definitely fast for that first car out on track. It all just depends on what time of the day you know, it's being run. If it's at night time, the track's going to evolve slightly differently. iRacing have certainly advanced their dirt stuff since it was introduced, and kind of advanced the track and how the track evolves, much like real racing really. So it's yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how tonight's track really plays out.
So you can see Trent is actually in the Discord and drivers briefing, so I'm guessing he won't be too far away from getting out on the circuit. The drivers are just being advised all the details about tonight, especially the restart zone. That was a key to last round. Quite a few drivers were going probably a tiny little bit too early from where the restart zone was, and other drivers were really capitalising on understanding the zone.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We yeah, saw, you know, there was really two lines. You could run either up high or down low, which yeah, certainly makes it a lot more interesting. This Lanier track, certainly once the track starts to kind of, you know, age a little bit, generally the top line's much quicker, and you got to run really close to the wall. You got to be on the limit. You're really, if you make a small mistake here, you're certainly on your roof. So I'm sure we're going to see plenty of action and a few serious crashes, but yeah, hopefully nothing too bad. And yeah, we have a great right up until the A main.
Trent Gostley was about to start a flying lap, but then he's aborted that very, very quickly, so not sure what's going on there. But Trent is the driver due out first. We'll get him out on circuit in just a moment. There'll be a confusion on who is supposed to be going first and when people are supposed to be going, but the admins will get that sorted in just a moment. But very, very short championship season, this one, a 6-race season, all done in 11 weeks. Will definitely mean that these drivers really have to count on every single race in this championship and capitalising, making sure they score as many points as they can in this early stage.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, only 6 rounds, so yeah, you can't really afford to make too many mistakes. Certainly if you have 1 or 2 bad rounds, then it definitely makes it harder to make your way up and redeem yourself.
So hearing the drivers are only getting 1 lap, which is why there was a little bit of confusion there. We got Scott Griffiths should be the next driver to head out on circuit, and is looking like that is the case. So good first lap there for Lewis Hewitt at 11.9. So anything in the 11s is usually pretty good around this circuit. And in these very, very prime conditions, would not be surprised to see someone into the mid 11s.
Yeah, 11s is where you want to be. Yeah, because it is such a short track, really, you don't have sort of much room for mistakes. So yeah, it's just about keeping it clean and consistent, really. That's how I've found it. And yeah, you're gonna really find your way up the front.
Griffiths, a little bit of a scrappy lap and was only 2/10 off. That's a big thing about Lanier as well. And although it is a short track, it is an extremely wide track. So it's very, very difficult to get this wrong, this circuit. It's really deceptive in the correct line and how to take this track.
Yeah, you're exactly right, mate. It's as I was saying before, yeah, the top line is the fast line towards the end of the night. I think we'll see, you know, them running down low, and then slowly making their way up there, and then by the A main, all those fast guys will be literally that right rear will be sitting on the wall, and yeah, at points probably touching it.
To Cameron Dance, no surprise, a terrible qualifying effort for him. He'll be disappointed with that. He tucks in the third fastest at the moment. Gavin Sadler, the next driver, out on track. Let's get things underway. That looked very, very good through 1 and 2. Looked very, very quick at the moment. See if he can continue that through 3 and 4. That looks good as well. He's going to cross the line into the 11s, and 11.977 puts him into second position. That was a bit better looking lap.
Yeah, not a bad lap there. Just yeah, staying out of trouble really. Like we saw last week, you don't have to put it on that front row to you know, to win an event. It certainly helps, but you don't have to. So as long as you bank a decent lap, these guys only got 1 lap to do it. So you know, it's you know, you certainly want to go out there and bin it. And then you're starting off the rear of the field. It makes it that much harder to make your way back up there and make that A main.
Dale Grother into third position. Just pipped Scott Griffiths by 6 thousandths of a second. So not much separating those guys. Next out should be Alex Bergeron and Brent Hobson, but neither of those guys able to make it tonight. The next driver out will be Matt Reed in the number 46. A little bit of a smaller field than what we saw last week. A few guys with some other commitments unable to attend tonight. So a few new faces from what we saw last week and a few guys that were unable to make it tonight. But this means there's more opportunity for those guys that were here last week and are back again this week to really capitalise and get as many points as they can and take those points away from the championship rivals. Matt Reed goes to the top of the timesheets though with an 11.880. Great lap from him. He'll be very, very pleased with that. Pips Lewis Hewitt by 0.04 of a second. Next out will be Ryan Harris. That was a really good lap from Matt Reed there.
Yeah, it certainly was, mate. He yeah, very fast. So the track is going to be interesting, really. We saw last week that yeah, it was the first car out on track was the fastest. So it will be interesting to see how the rest of these guys go.
Ryan Harris now out on the circuit, and what can he do? He goes quicker again. That's an 11.830. Another 5/100ths of a second quicker. So Ryan Harris to the top of the timesheets. Great lap from him. Next out will be Scott Butler. I think the track's just starting to get into the position that these guys will be happy with, and starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. Guys that are in bigger teams will be really taking advantage and passing on the information about the track condition. It's looking pretty good out there right now. Is Scott Butler with an 12.0. Can't get much closer to a 12-second accurate lap than that because it's exact. Bob King next.
Yeah, not a bad time. Not a bad time. Good to see Bob out there. It'll be interesting. Hopefully he feels all right to do some laps. He was very fast last week. He was very close to taking it out. So, yeah, hopefully he can stick up in that top 5 tonight.
So what he can do is comes out of 4. This is looking pretty good. And we're into the 7s. 11.7. Bob King to the top of the timesheets. We're halfway through our list. So track's still got something in it, which is really good to see. Bob King to the top of the timesheets. Next driver out will be Jake Maloney by the looks of things. Lachlan Smith actually might be next. There we go. Finally picked him up. There he is out on circuit in the 911 Synergy Sim Racing entry. Synergy Sim Racing very, very well represented in this field. And what can Lachlan do? Another good lap at 11.8. Going to second position, third position, just 1,000th of a second away from taking second position. Very, very good lap from him.
Yeah, very good lap. Very, very surprising actually. Yeah, he did a good job there.
don't think anyone's really nailed a perfect lap yet. Everyone's trying to work out all the different lines of what's working and what's not. It's very, very tough, especially with only one lap. I think that's really thrown a real curveball for these guys. I don't think anyone would have been prepared for that. Maloney's in the fence, so that's going to nullify this time completely. We're at 12.6, but clip of the wall will not mean that lap time will count. Next up will be James Rice in the number 10. Maloney was a bit of a surprise packet last week too, so it'll be interested to see what he can do from the back. But Rice, see what he can do on this lap. Looking very, very good through 1. Good drive coming out of 2. Getting good through 3. Good drive out of 4. He's into the 12s though. 12.157. Slots in 8th position right into the middle of our field so far.
Yeah, good, clean, consistent lap. It's really hard just only having one lap. It's quite off-putting really, and really nerve-wracking. So yeah, I can see these guys not really pushing it too hard because they don't want to end up out the back door.
Yeah, you're right. I think there's a real limit that everyone is getting close to, but they're not exceeding it at all. They're just getting really close to the wall, just like Brumfield there. Almost clipped the wall out of 2. Probably compromised his run into 3, give him a little bit of a heart attack. Crosses the line. No lap time counting, so maybe that very, very close to the wall wasn't close. It actually was into the wall. Next
Yeah, you
up.
don't want to touch the wall.
No.
No, yeah, you on your qualifying lap, you can certainly get away with it in the race, but yeah, certainly not in your qualifying lap.
Tim Harris out next. The number 48 TTL Esports entry. What's he going to do? He's going to cross the line and go to 2nd position. Good lap from Harris. Then 11.798. 2 drivers into the 11.7s. We've got some pretty good pace here. Starting to come out now. The track is still good by the looks of things. You can still see some shuffling the way it looks at the moment.
Yeah, I think we'll see it really kind of once the first heat goes out. That's when we'll start, when the cars are consistently running over it together in a pack. That's when you'll see it evolve.
12.0 for Aaron Kelly, so he will slot right into the midfield of 9th position in this field. Decent lap there from Aaron. Next out will be Jokuja in the 77 TTL Esports car. Very, very wide through 3 and 4 on his out lap. Clips the wall. You can do it then. Don't want to do it on this lap though. That looks very, very good. Is he quick enough? No, he's going to slot into the top 5. We're about 3rd. 37,000.
It's probably in a good place. Not a bad spot to start off with, really. Little mistake there, so he has managed to get away with that.
Cameron Holler out next in the number 2. See what he can do. Very, very good through 1 and 2. Will he be able to get anything together out of 3 and 4? That's a decent lap. He's going to slot into the upper midfield. Now at 6th position at the moment. He'll start 2nd in heat number 3. Still a few drivers to go. We've still got 6 drivers left. James Robbie, the next driver out. So Robbie, what can he do here? Looking very, very controlled through 1 and 2. Maybe a little bit too slow. We'll see if the lap time is slow. 3 and 4 looked much better, but lost a little bit of time through 2. He slots into 12th position. Don't think he'll be overly happy with that lap there, James Robbie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it wasn't. He was consistent, which was good. So didn't certainly put it on the limit, but yeah, I think he's done a good job.
Harry Edwards out next. We have 4 drivers left to go. We'll see what Edwards can do.
Harry Edwards. not a bad peddler in the midget stuff. See how he goes in the sprint car tonight.
Probably a little bit too loose into two. Couldn't quite get the grip coming out of the corner. And paid for it much better through 3 and 4, but a 12-1 slots into 13th position. Not many drivers left to go now. Next out will be Joel Berkeley. And this will be a little bit of a challenge, but this will also tell us what the track is like in the current conditions. And see what Berkeley can do.
Yeah, Berkeley, very good driver. He, yeah, very fast last week, obviously won it. Very close between him and Bob, so yeah, I think he'll definitely be a force to be reckoned with tonight.
Oh, goes to the top of the times as well. What a lap. An 11.758 for Joel Berkeley. 27 thousandths of a second, but does go quick time. Good lap from him. Next up will be Vince Romeo. Our second last driver out on circuit for MFR. That looks pretty good through 1 and 2. So that was through 3 and 4 on his outlap. We got a little bit confused on where we were on the circuit. Again, looks very, very good. Second time around through 3 and 4, and 11.922 slots into 9th position. You're guaranteed of a top 10. Which, majority of the drivers would be quite happy if you said at the start. With this quality of field, you get in the top 10 in 1 lap qualifying. Most of the guys would be quite happy with that. The last driver out will be Dylan Silliman. And Semmelman, pro driver. See what he can do in the World of Outlaws Pro Series. What can he do here?
Yeah, I reckon he's he could knock Joel off his spot.
Second by 1/100th of a second. That was incredibly close, but Joel Berkeley does finish at the top of the timesheets. Only a 100th of a second separating first and second. A 10th of a second separating the top 8. Incredibly close. We now get ready for the first heat to get underway.
Yeah, this is going to be good. I reckon yeah, got to be a bit nervous when you're mid-pack, Jay. It's yeah, so tight that you know, you've yeah, it's a very tight circuit, so you know, you can generally find yourself in a bit of trouble. You either got to make your call and go down low and be very wary of what's going on in front of you. Generally, you want to give that guy in front of you a little bit more gap than what you normally would.
Love how quick we get straight into the action in these races. Berkeley will start on pole for heat number 1 with Tim Harris in second. Lachlan Smith in third. Vince Romeo in 4th position. Then we've got Scott Butler and Harry Edwards on the 3rd row. Scott Griffiths and Darren Brunfield on the next row for our 8-car field in heat number 1, round number 2 of the Down Under Graphics Australian 410 Sprint Car Championship. This is going to be a really, really interesting night. I cannot wait for this to get underway. 10 laps of racing for these guys tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be great. 10 laps will fly by very quickly around this track. 11 seconds a lap, so we'll blink and it'll be over, Jay.
Definitely, it'll be all over within the blink of an eye, and it's a really, really good format that these events have had too. Races in the heats will probably last around about 2 minutes. That's how quick the racing's going to be tonight. We'll have 3 heats, and then we will have a B main, followed by the A main. So top 4 from memory go through. I've had a little bit of a mental blank. It's been a long 2
Yeah, I
weeks.
remember last week they put it was the top 6, I think, just because of field entries, but we've got 3 heats tonight, so yeah, we're gonna it's gonna be interesting.
Yep, top 4 into the A main, the rest will go into a B main, and from there we will get the rest of our field into our A main. But heat number 1, round number 2 is about to get underway. Green flag flies, and we are go. What a jump from Berkeley at the start. They caught everyone else
what
napping.
a start. Yeah, very good TTL 1 and 2 there. Those keeping it very clean so far. You can see them running that low line. Oh, who's that at the back there? Getting very close to that wall.
Romeo, I think, flipped the wall. He's currently in the transfer spot. His teammate just behind, Scott Butler. Butler trying to get moves done, and Scott Griffiths also making his way through the field. The guys at the back, though, they're really fighting hard. They can't fight too hard because they'll let these guys ahead just go. Berkeley, Harris, and Smith look good at the moment. They might be safe. Vince Romeo, Scott Butler, still been decided.
Butler's trying extremely hard here. Just can't quite get that drive off the turn. He's trying every line possible, but he is slightly gaining on Romeo. Is he going to stick high? Looks like he's losing ground a little bit.
They're just not quite
Waiting
able to
for
get it,
Vince
is
to
he?
make a mistake. No, he can't quite get it, although Scott Griffiths under huge pressure here. Oh, contact.
Harry Edwards, Scott Griffiths, these guys fighting. And these positions do count. They do matter because it does set the grid for the B main.
There we go. We're going to have Edwards try and get the run. Oh, very close to the wall there. A lot of drive mid-track. Track quite hasn't evolved yet. There we go. I reckon he's going to try and get the run now. Here we go. He's going to get the run. Oh, a clip again. He's thrown it up there. Oh, and he's gone sideways. He's got the spot, but is he going to be able to get back up the inside? No, he's not. He's thrown it out sideways, but he's going to chuck it up there. I love this track for slide jobs.
It's incredible with how wide it is. We're going to say heaps, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to see heaps, man. It's going to be great coming into the A main. You're going to see those top guys running it up right up high. And, yeah, you've just got to throw it in there and hope the guy up top sees you. So
Berkeley, Harris, Smith, and Romeo do get through as the top four. Scott Butler ends up in 5th, so he will be on the front row for the B main. But we'll get the results up on screen from Heat 1 first. And Joel Berkeley, Tim Harris, 0.3 of a second in there. Those guys weren't really challenged at all in that one. Lachlan Smith and Vince Romeo round out the top 4. Butler did try his hardest to get through, but couldn't quite do it. Harry Edwards, Scott Griffiths, and Darren Brumfield. Those guys will have to work through from the B main. We go next to heat number 2.
that was a good little battle there. Well done to Harry Edwards. Excellent driving. Put a lot of pressure on, was very aggressive there. He made a bit of contact to get past there. But yes, certainly unsettled the K was getting past.
So good. Semmelman and Goodger on the front row. Then we've got Cameron Holler and Lewis Hewitt on the second row. Third row has Aaron Kelly and James Rice. Fourth row with Cameron Dance and Jake Maloney. The 8 cars in heat number 2. Really good format, as we've been saying. It's going to be really, really close, short, sharp bursts of racing. Enough to get your breath and then go again. Of course, we do have live timing on the website. This is going to be a good race here.
Yep, we do. v8online.com/live timing. Go check it out. We just launched our new website, so please do go and check it out. Here we go. Green flag is go, and we've got a good jump there by Dylan.
I can't believe the 4, 5.
Oh, there we go. It's tight here.
This is a great fight already in the early lap.
Lewis Hewitt doing a great job there. Good start. TTL second and third. Cam Dance fighting a little bit further back there. He's trying to get up there, trying to get to that transfer spot.
Yeah, not quite able to do it.
Cameron Holler. No, can't quite do it at this stage. Cameron Holler doing a good job there, just hanging on to the back of Lewis Hewitt as Cam Dance throws that slide job up the inside, makes that car back up behind him, and he's done the job. Good pass there by Cam Dance. Hopefully he can get the drive coming out of the turn here.
He's got to watch out. He's not going to get the slide
this is a good battle. He's right on the wall, but he's going to get the run on the inside, and he's going to throw it up there again. And he's going to possibly get 2. No, lifted that front wheel. Lost a bit of ground there, but he's going to go again.
This is a great fight, and it's all for the transfer spot. Cameron Holler's lost a fair bit of ground too. So we do have 3 cars fighting for 1 spot. And it's on for second and third as well, because Hewitt is trailing Jock Goodger and looking to make some ground. Dylan Sebelman's just gone away from the rest of the field, but we'll watch this battle for the last transfer spot. Holler, Callie and Dance, it is on here. A car around in the background, which is Jake Maloney. 3 laps to go.
Here we go. He can't quite get that drive, but back it up there.
Hewitt up the inside.
Use these rear wings. These guys look to have these wings cranked right back at this stage to try and get that drive over that rear wheels.
White flag in the air, final lap of the race.
Here we go, we're going to see a brave move here by Hewitt. Here we go. Oh, a slight push off the turn here. I don't think he's going to get this one. Slide him up here. It is one of his teammates, so no, he's not going to get it, but he is going to get through to the transfer spot. Great drive there by Lewis Hewitt. Cameron Holler also.
Yep, so Sebelman in the end wins it by 2.5 seconds. That was a really good drive from him. Just blitzed away from the rest of the field. Jock Goodyer in second. Lewis Hewitt and Cameron Holler also through to the A main. Aaron Kelly, Cameron Dance, James Rice and Jake Maloney will have to work through the B main. Jock Goodyer will start the A main from pole position, if I can actually speak English, with the pill draw being top 5 inverted. That will mean that Goodyer will start from pole in the main event. So we've got to heat number 3. Bob King and Ryan Harris on the front row. Matt Reed and Gavin Sadler on the second row. James Robbie, Dale Grother, Trent Gossley. The 7 cars in this field with Sean O'Hara sitting in the race admin's seat.
Yeah, this is going to be a good race. It's, yeah, I absolutely love these 14-wing sprint cars. Been fortunate enough to actually race one myself in real life. And I tell you what, Joe, there's nothing more accelerating than 850 horsepower, 400 kilograms. It's a methanol fire-breathing dragon.
Wouldn't mind a bit of a fire-breathing dragon in my garage that I'm streaming in at the moment. It's a bit chilly in the commentary box here tonight, but it's amazing cars these, and having been and watched them race in real life, never had the privilege of driving one, but just watching them is exhilarating enough, and extremely fun cars to drive as well, and easy to drive but difficult to master, aren't they?
They're probably the most physically demanding car in real life, race car wise. Yeah, driving it in a feature myself at Western Springs, a very similar sort of track to this. You literally after 20 laps, I couldn't get out of the car. It's you know, they're pulling 4 Gs, which is very similar to a fighter jet. So yeah, very physical, and especially around this track, even in the iRacing service, it's very difficult as we start the race now. Great start there from the Synergy Sim Racing car. TCL car not letting him go though. You can see that high line really starting to work now. The guy's getting much further up.
Yep, Gavin Sadler in 4th position, trying to make moves on Matt Reed to get himself through. But he's got to watch out for his teammate, who almost put a slide job on him. Going very, very low is James Robbie, and Robbie's getting it to work at the moment.
Yeah, you can generally work both lines, depending on how your car's set up. But you can see that high line really starting to take form there. Bob King working his way up there.
Starting to pull a tiny little margin too over Ryan Harris, and Matt Reed is probably the one to watch here because he's got some good pace. Fastest out of the front running guys on the last 2 laps. We've got to watch him here in saying that. Bob King's just come back with the fastest lap of the race. Here comes James Robbie.
Yeah, see, you can really see that you're going to want to run that high line. It's that's where the pace is, although it's a longer distance. Oh, there we go, we're in the wall. We've got our first crash to the night.
Ryan Harris and also
Big
Gavin Sadler.
Rollover.
Wow, so that's
that was hugely. Yeah, that was an interesting. He just got on the gas a bit too early there, and once you kind of ride that front wheel, lift that front wheel, and you're heading towards the wall, especially on a track this narrow, yeah, you're really a passenger from that point. So I think we're going to see a lot of this in the feet, be on your wits end about, you know, when you've got a car in front of you and you've got to trust that guy that he's going to you know, do the right job, because if he doesn't, you can generally be a passenger in an accident.
Matt Reid now back in the third position again. Was in third before. Bob King's now really got the track working to him as well. He's starting to get back into the low, or mid to low 12-second bracket again, but Dale Grother under a lot of pressure for that last transfer spot. They've come together at the finish line.
Oh, there we go.
Who got that?
Big time
Gosling
crash.
got it. Gosling got the position. That was close. Results on screen. King wins by 2.5 seconds, same as we saw in the race previous. Matt Reid in third. Trent Gosling does get through to the A main by only, it's at 52 hundredths of a second. Absolutely nothing. So Grother, Harris and Sadler will have to go through the B main, which is now, and that will not be what either of those guys wanted.
Jay. Yeah, this is yeah, you can really see that top line working now. It's yeah, this track is great. I can't stress as much how much I enjoy driving it, especially in one of these. Before the midget came out, this was my car of choice. So yeah, these guys, you've really got to sit it on the wall if you want to win this race. You're going to see these guys literally, that right rear tire will be touching that concrete.
So we've got Scott Butler and Aaron Kelly on the front row, Dale Grother and Harry Edwards on the second row. Third row is Cameron Dance and Ryan Harris. Some big names in this B main. Scott Griffiths and James Rice on the fourth row. Fifth row is Gavin Sadler, Darren Brumfield, Jake Maloney rounds out the 11-car field. But some big names are going to have to work really hard to come through this race right now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Cam Dance, he's going to want to make him, you know, make that A main. So we've got you know, the top 5 going through, so it's going to be an interesting one.
Top 8 will make it through, actually.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Top 8. Sorry, Jay.
Yeah, just got fed that information just as you said top 5. I just got a message right on cue saying top 8. So that means that basically want to finish the race. If you can finish the race, you're probably in a good stead to get yourself through, judging from what we saw last week. But saying that the heat races, as a general rule, much cleaner than we saw last week, as we're into the restart zone. Green flag flies. We're away for the B main, and already into it in the background.
I can't dance there.
Dance already up into third, already gained 2 spots. Trying to make moves straight away.
Really making that low line work.
Dale Grother almost into Ryan Harris. In the background, we've got Brumfield and Scotty Griffiths is upside down in the background as well. So he is done for the night already. 1 complete, 2 complete. Butler, Kelly, Dance, Grother, the top 4. Jake Maloney has come from last up into 7th and making moves.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job here. It's yeah, Maloney, he's running that high line, really running that high line, higher than anybody else, and you can see that he's super, just absolute drive. This car around this track, you're pretty much full noise. You're just lifting off as you flick the car around on the gas, using the throttle, and yeah, pretty much sitting on that wall. Look how close he is up top there.
It's on for the lead.
He's going to make it through.
It's on for the lead because Aaron Kelly thought about or tried to get a bit of a slide job going on into 3 and 4. Wasn't quite able to get it done. Scott Butler is starting to feel a lot of pressure from the 18 car behind. We are halfway through this race now. 8 to go.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I can't wait to see this line for the A main. You guys really running on the limit here. You can see the wing cranked right back. Try and get all that drive over the rear wheels.
Butler now starting to use the inside line through 1 and 2 to try and mix things up. Maybe trying to put Aaron Kelly off a little bit. At the moment, Ryan Harris also now out of the race as well. And it's on for the last transfer spot. Side by side, the guys that are fighting for that last spot. James Rice, Darren Brumfield. These guys are on. 5 laps left to decide who will go through.
There we go. He's going to get him. There was a slight mistake there. He's going to throw it up there. Try and get that drive. Try and get that. He's got the drive. I reckon he's going to get it next corner. He's going to throw it up there. Make that other car get off the gas. He's got it now. He needs to go high and try and cut that line. Here we go. He's got it. So
move done.
That's the way to do it.
Now James Rice has got some work to do.
But he could come back at this.
And Rice has seen how to do it, so now he can try and do it himself. So Brumfield goes back to the inside. He's almost got that inside line working properly for him. 2 laps to go. At the moment, Scott Butler now feeling a lot of pressure. White flag in the air. Last lap. Aaron Kelly, will he be able to get through? I don't know if he's got enough left with 1 more lap to go. Big movement though for Butler. They've come together. Don't take yourselves out, boys. And here comes Harry Edwards. Will he be able to take it away? Who got the win there? That was close between all of those guys. Butler by 100th of a second.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they got to love short track racing. I tell you what, that was very close. I can't wait to see the same main, Jay. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be incredible. Butler, Kelly, 1/100th of a second separating those 2 cars. Harry Edwards almost stole it away from both of them. At the last moment, finishes in 3rd. Cameron Dance gets into 4th position. Dale Grother in 5th. Jake Maloney, great job from him to get into 6th position. Gavin Sadler in 7th. Darren Brumfield in 8th. James Rice in 9th. Ryan Harris in 10th position. So Rice, Harris, and also Scott Griffiths in 11th position. Those guys are done for the night. And now the guys get a chance to unwind a little bit, get a feel for the track. Got a full 2.5 minutes before they get back out there and get into the A main. But wow, the heat races have been incredible. Hopefully we can have a great A main tonight.
Yeah, this track never disappoints. It's yeah, as I said, I absolutely love it. We've got these guys out here on track now, packing it down, forming that top line. We did see that lower line still working there towards the end of the race between that battle of Rice at the end there. You got really this sort of late on, you're really going to want to start to take some stagger out of the car to try and get some drive off the turn. So yeah, we've got Bob King out there on track. He's running very close to the wall. He's testing his limits, figuring out what's going to work, what's not.
And one to watch is going to be Simmelman, because he's just setting fastest lap after fastest lap too. So Simmelman, Berkeley and King, probably the 3 really to watch, and they're going to be the 3 at the front of the field in this one too.
Oh yeah, when you got a pro driver out there who is very good, this is going to be a spectacular race. We're going to see Slide Job City, Jay.
Oh, it's going to be hectic in the next few minutes of racing. It's going to be an action-packed race once again. Oh, I can't wait. Who's your money on, Fonty?
Oh, you know, it's really hard actually. It's start of trouble, and you're going to win. I reckon we're going to see these top 3 really going at it. Yeah, Bob King, he's pretty good. He obviously is a bit unwell tonight, but obviously hasn't slowed him down at all. Our pro driver out there, he's going to be fast as well. So I'm sitting on the fence, but
you'll get splinters.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go for King for this one.
I'm gonna go with Jock Goodger. I think a little bit of a surprise packet. He will start from pole, so maybe he will be the one to take it away. Either way, we will have an exciting race for the A main tonight, round number 2 of the Australian 410 Sprint Car Championship. We'll get the starting grid up on screen, and Jock Goodger and Tim Harris on the front row. So TTL Esports positions number 1 and 2. Bob King will start from 3rd with Dylan Semmelman in 4th position. 5th position goes to Joel Berkeley. He was number 1 qualifier. Top 5 are inverted, so we'll start from 5th. 6th position will be James Robbie, so 3rd row Berkeley and Robbie. 4th row will be Lachlan Smith and Lewis Hewitt. Matt Reed, definitely one to watch out for tonight as well. He'll start from 9th position. Vince Romeo in 10th. on the fifth row there. The sixth row will be Cameron Holler and Trent Gossley. Seventh row, Scott Butler and Aaron Kelly. Harry Edwards and Cameron Dance on the eighth row. Ninth row, Dale Grother and Jake Maloney. 10th row will be Gavin Sadler and Darren Brumfield. 20-car field. This is going to be action-packed. We have one hell of a race coming up. 40 laps.
40 laps. 40 laps, it's a long way. Going to see the safety car come out at a few points in the race. Which, yeah, because it's 40 laps, you can actually see someone start from dead last and come through and win it.
When you're talking as well about pro drivers, just been told there's two. Well, there's technically 3 pro drivers out there tonight. We've got Simmelman and also Dance pro drivers in the dirt oval side. We've also got a few other pros out there as well. The green flag guys.
We're underway.
Good jump.
Underway. Great jump from Goodyear. Oh, these guys running extremely close.
Through, nearly contact between them. Holding it together, Simmelman trying to make moves, and contact between the leaders. Goodyear around, just holds on, but Bob King also compromising his run, and Simmelman into the lead of the race.
Yeah, there we go. Hasn't disappointed.
Of course, cautions are on for this race as well, so there is a chance for caution periods throughout this one. Berkeley and Goodyear almost coming together side by side, 2 by 2. This is a great fight going on, and contact between
there we go.
Big
Contact. Here we go. We're going to have the safety car as out.
Wow.
Yes, there we go. We've got how many of those? All TTL cars come to. Oh, I tell you what, there'll be a debrief after this one.
4 TTL
They will not be happy.
There. Berkeley, Hewitt, Maloney, and Harris. And Cameron Dance was also in there too.
Here we go. Hewitt, he's pulled the pin, had enough. Team manager, he's going to have to deal with some unhappy drivers.
So that happened from Lewis Hewitt, just giving Tim Harris a little bit of a touch. 5 TTL drivers were involved. Cameron Dance was involved. He managed to get away, but he's all the way back in the field. But Lewis Hewitt, Tim Harris, Jake Maloney, Joel Berkeley, and Cameron Dance all involved in that one.
Yeah, that's never a good sign. He's, you want to work together, not crash into each other. Six laps in now. We could still see Dance make his way through if we have another incident. He has every chance of making his way back up there.
Dance, Grother, Berkeley and Harris is still well and truly have a chance of coming through. There's no doubting that they can work their way back forward from where they are, and pace car is in. We are green flag flying back underway. Simmelman, a really good jump once again. Goodyear though, he's having to defend straight away from Bob King, is trying to make moves.
Just couldn't quite get the drive off there. He's got a bit of push there, as you see out through the turn, start of the turn, but he's run side by side. He's going to get this and he's going to throw it up top, I reckon. Try and stop that drive.
Look at how far to the inside and far to the outside these guys are going. King through, almost contact.
There we go, he's got it.
King. And Goodyear's looking really strong for 1 and 2 though.
Yeah, he is. He is. You can see there is another caution is out. So Bob King's going to get that. He's gone up to P2.
So Cameron Hollow, the car.
Bob King. Yeah, he certainly won't be happy. Bob has a lot of work to do. We've got, slightly off the pace. Obviously, he was getting past that car, but Dylan very quick up there in the number 5 car.
Harry Edwards, the other car involved in that one, and he's had to take to the pits. He's got too much damage to continue. Get another look at that, though. It was a really strange incident there where Edwards and Holler come together there. Tim Harris also involved as well.
Yeah, there's no room for mistake around this track, especially this late on in the event where there is really only one or 2 proper drive lines. And yeah, once you're committed, it's so hard to sort of get out of where you are on track and avoid a car. I reckon we're going to see Bob King try and get this jump here.
Yeah, King
Single
will be
line
looking to take advantage
restarts.
now.
Here we go. Dylan running very high and he's taken off. Good start by both of them, really. But Bob King is already under pressure.
Jock Goodyear got a really good jump at the start. Not quite able to take advantage of it, though.
Yeah, so running the low line, these two, 1 and 2 at the moment. Goodyear running the high line, trying to get that drive on. He is going to be able, here we go, he's going to run what? He's going to run high. Bob giving him room.
Another
Here we
caution.
go, yellow out again. Yeah, so this is what I was saying, Jay, is that, you know, you can be at the back of the pack, and if you can pick up 1 or 2 cars in each, you know, in each sort of run before a yellow, you've got every chance to get back up there. So
James Robbie might be in a little bit of trouble from the stewards as well, looking back at that incident too. Well and truly into the side of Vince Romeo's car, and Romeo's had to take to the pits. Also Cameron Dance into the pits too, so it looks like he is done for the night too. So I wouldn't say that. Oh, Dance into the wall as he's trying to stay on the lead lap, and that'll be him done now because he has gone a lap down. That was a little bit awkward. But Sebelman leading away. We've got 1 more lap to go to green. I'm talking about pro drivers. We have Sebelman, Dance, and King, all dirt pro drivers. King being pro on the road side of things, rallycross side, and also got Jake Maloney, who's a pro driver in regards to road racing. So 4 pro drivers in our 20 car field tonight. That's always a good start. A few that couldn't make it tonight as well.
yeah, exactly. I look forward to seeing Alex Bergeron out there at some point.
Green flag flies and good jump.
Underway.
Good jump from Selman again, and Bob King not able to capitalise. Jock Goodyear though looking really strong at the moment, and here comes King coming back. Is he able to get there? Great fight.
Yeah,
between
interesting
Goodyear
to see
and King.
these guys running down low, these top 2. Goodyear deciding to take the high line, trying to get the drive, but
King to the
can't get
outside
that
now.
power down. King to the outside, so he's kind of trying to make that line work. All depends on how your car's set up. Here we go, Goodyear up the inside. There we go, he might even get both of them here. He's going to cut Bob's lunch, but Bob's going to go back up the inside and throw a slide job on him.
So Simmerman still leads,
These
and this
guys-
is helping Simmerman out because these guys are fighting too much and enabling Simmerman to get away. He's got half a second now.
Oh, very
What a fight.
close there between Goodyear and King. Great battles at this track. There we go, and Goodyear's got the position back, but is he going to be able to hold it? Bob's trying to get that drive off that low line. Not quite able to work. He needs to go high. These two need to work together to be able to catch Sibelman in front.
Yeah, and I think they've both worked it out. The high line is now where you need to be.
Oh, there we go. Very close. Goodyear in the wall, just touching it. Had to get off the gas there. These guys running literally. Oh, King slightly touching the wall.
Yeah, and big moment for Goodyear as well. Coming into turn 3, he was all sorts of crossed up, somehow held onto it. But these guys are leaving it all out there. 15 laps to go. And these big, long green flag runs are what we've been wanting to see this entire series. Settlement leads by 0.3 of a second. Goodyear in second, King in third, but it is not settled for 1, 2, 3. Lachlan Smith, Aaron Kelly in the background, side by side as well, fighting over 4th and 5th position. Some great fights going out on circuit at the moment. Kelly and Smith side by side into 1 and 2. Smith on the outside, he's going to come around, but Lachlan Smith not able to get through. Aaron Kelly now takes the position. Back at the front,
Here
Bob
we
King's
go.
lost a heap of ground. It's on for the
Yeah,
lead.
I think we've got Goodyear's looking super fast up top. Dylan come right up top to try and block that. We're going to see these guys go right down to the end here. Goodyear needs to stay high and work that line. He's got and he's around. He's around, and that's going to give it to back. Oh, there we go. That's given the race to Goodyear.
Wow. Goodyear
And
now
Bob-
leads by
wow.
1 second. Bob King into second.
Yeah.
Dylan Semmelman's got everything to do now. Saw him clip that tyre bundle where the pit exit is. And he will be hurting big time at the moment. He's already coming back through on Bob King, not quite able to do it. He's going to have to try and find some pace right now.
Yeah, that high line is where it's at now. You can see there's so much more drive off there. Although Dylan's using that low line and he can make it work, but here we go. They're running side by side. Here we go. It's back on again. He's managed to find some speed back in that car. But these guys are running side by side.
Bob King on the outside.
Bob
Semmelman
King,
through.
Here we
He's
go.
through.
He's managed to get it.
He's got the spot. There are only 6 laps to go,
Yeah,
though.
this is where the drivers off that turn. So Bob's going to keep working hard to try and get it. Semmelman makes a slight mistake there, but he is starting to pull a gap now. He's never going to catch Goodyear, though. Only 5 laps to go. Unless we see a caution, it'll be a very quick dash, but King could come back here. We've seen a slight little mistake. I reckon we're going to see King come right back here. We've seen a huge mistake there from Semmelman, and King's going to get him. Oh, this is where the battle's at, Jay.
This is a great fight. This is for a podium spot. And this is big championship implications too for King, who was second in the championship. He's going to get a big haul of points as it looks at the moment.
Silverman, he can... Oh, there we go. Slight little mistake on corner exit. Couldn't quite get the power down. He's making that low line work quite well, though.
Yeah, Goodyear's though just breaking away. 2 laps to go for Goodyear. Lap number 38 complete. 39 to 40. 2 to go.
Absolutely hooked up. You look at Goodyear's car. He is running that thing on the wall. He is being cautious, though, but very close on corner exit. That's where the speed is. You can see the pace between those two. Very similar times between all these guys. There's absolutely nothing in it. King could come back here. There is a bit of a gap between them.
Great job,
King
Jock
sitting
Goodyear.
it right on the wall.
Congratulations.
Wow.
And guess what? For the first time in V8 to line history, I actually got a pick for the win right. I actually can't believe that. It's the first time I've ever done that. Congratulations, Jock Goodyear, Dylan Semmelman, and Bob King. What a fight those 3 had. And I'm going to go back and get a replay of the little clip on the wall and the change of position, because that had massive implications on that race. Semmelman probably deserved the win with the pace he had. Just that one tiny little mistake was enough to put Jock Goodyear into the lead. And you'll see it just here, just clips the wall. Tell you what, he did a great job to recover that too and not lose a huge amount of time. We'll go back and get a full CPR replay. It just clipped the left front into the wall, and it's enough to absolutely ruin his race. And great fight back to get back into second position from Dylan Semmelman. But congratulations go to Jock Goodyear picking up the win. What a race that was.
That was a great race. So I said at round 1, I'm really looking forward to Lanier. I knew it was going to turn it on tonight. And yeah, it certainly did not disappoint. Tell you what, Bob King was trying very hard there. I watched that last lap. In that second to last turn there, he had it sitting on the wall, trying to get that drive out to get past Dylan, but couldn't quite get there in the end. Good drive from him. Great drive from Goodyear. Excellent drive. He was very committed, very clean, stayed out of trouble, and he managed to get the win because of it.
Results up on screen. Jock Goodyear, as we said, picking up the win, ending up by 2 seconds in the end. So great job from Goodyear. Dylan Semmelman did set the fastest lap of the race, but one minor, tiny little clip of the wall. Semmelman ends up in second position. Bob King in third. Good fight between those 3 the entire race, so that was great to watch. Joel Berkeley in fourth. Aaron Kelly in fifth. Lachlan Smith in sixth position. Gavin Sadler in seventh, with Trent Gosling in 8th, James Robbie and Scott Butler rounding out the top 10. The only other driver to finish the race was Darren Brumfield, who's come through from last position to make himself through. The last qualifier through in the B main ends up finishing in 11th. Then we've got Matt Reed, Tim Harris, Dale Grother, Vince Romeo, Cameron Dance, Harry Edwards, Cameron Holler, Jake Maloney and Lewis Hewitt. And I tell you now, there'll be absolute mixed emotions in the TTL Esports garage right now, because picked up the win, but that early incident will be talked about amongst those guys for a little while to come.
Yeah, you're exactly right, mate. It's yeah, never a good position when you're having clashes with your teammate, especially not four of them at once. But yeah, so I'm sure we'll see them come back stronger than ever next round. But for now, we've seen Jock Goodyear take the event out.
Yep, we're lucky enough to have him in the booth with us right now. Congratulations, Jock. I'm going to say for the first time in Vance Online history, I've actually picked a winner. So congratulations, mate. I didn't put the curse on you. Well done.
Thanks, man.
It's only been 7 years and I've never picked one, so well done. How's the feeling over in the TTL garage after the early incidents and then you coming through and picking up the win?
Well, I don't know. They weren't really speaking because we weren't really speaking to each other because we're all concentrated. But I don't know. All I heard was Joel saying we're all wrecked, and I was like, oh no. And then that's the last I heard of it.
Yeah, it was 4 cars all involved at once, or 5 cars involved at once, all of the same team. So that will be something that'll be debriefed later. But that was a really good fight that you and Dylan and Bob had throughout that race. Talk us through what was going through your mind throughout that one.
Yeah, well, like I was, what was it? I started, and then me and Bob had a little contact. It was just a bit of racing deal, so I'm not gonna hold that against him. But then I fell back, but then I knew I just had to keep working that top because the fuel, like I just had to drain a bit, and then once that come, and then I was be able to rock around the high side. Then yeah, it come on, and then I catch Dylan, and Dylan made a mistake, and then yeah.
Are you surprised that no one was running that high line early on when you were out there by yourself? And surprised how long it took for all the others to start to change their mind and go high with you?
Well, it was sort of a death trap, so if you really wanted to, it was quick, but it was very risky to bin your car. But I knew Joel would be up there, so I knew I had to get going. But yeah,
Well, congratulations on a fantastic win, one that will be discussed long after this race finishes. Congratulations. We better let you thank who you need to thank, Joel. Joel.
just got to thank everyone at Ultimate Dirt TV, Hyper Simulators, Ash Media Footage, Down Under Graphics, Thigh Designs, Harm Tuner Suspension, everyone at TTL, and of course you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast.
Thank you very much, Jock. Congratulations on picking up the win in round 2, the Australian 410 Sprint Car Series. Well done.
Thank you.
We will go next to Dylan Simmelman. Congratulations, Dylan. Unfortunate to not pick up the win. You probably deserved it based on pace. One minor little mistake, but what a fight you had there with Bob at the end.
Yeah, that was crazy. My bottom really went away at the end. I was struggling, spinning my tires, and made a mistake hitting the inside wall. That was pretty dumb. Me and Bob raced good there for a while. We're about pretty even, bottom and top. So I just had a couple good corners there to pass them and get a second. I'll take that.
Good solid result for you in your first race in the championship as well. Pretty stacked field though. You're pretty excited to be in this field and seeing who you're up against.
Yeah, for sure. This is kind of a last minute deal. Joel kind of got me in here at the last second. Just to do for something to do, and there's a lot of good guys. Bob King and Chalk, like that was the best you can really get, and Joel obviously is really good. Lewis and all of them. So yeah, that was crazy. Glad to be a part of it and get a good finish.
So I saw you working a lot of the low line there, Dylan. You generally you didn't want to run the high line as much. How did the track evolve tonight?
If you know me, that's not how I run. I run wide open at the top, but car was set up for the bottom. I thought it would stick down there because in the heat race I was really hitting the bottom good, so I decided to stick with that 30 wing, which just really helps you hit the bottom and rotate the car easier. So that helped me run the bottom, and I really had nothing up on the top, so I was just gonna hit the bottom and hopefully it would stay there for the rest of the race, but it really didn't. So that was quite unfortunate.
Yeah, no, we could really see that bottom was working well for you. So, yeah, well done tonight. It was yeah, bit of a mistake there, but yeah, we look forward to seeing you coming back and having a crack at the next event.
Yeah, thanks for broadcasting.
Thank you very much, Dylan, for jumping in with us for a chat as well. Congratulations on a good solid second position. We'll go next to Bob King in third. I'm not sure how well Bob's going to go talking here. How are you, Bob? I already know.
Yeah,
how
not
you
so
are.
bad, guys. Yeah, not too bad, guys.
A pretty entertaining fight you had there with both Jock and Dylan at the end there. Talk us through how you were battling that and trying to work out what to do and where to go.
Yeah, it was a pretty entertaining race. We've had a new build in the last couple of days, so the track surface is a bit different. Haven't done too many laps on that just yet, but yeah, it was definitely a fun race. Not too many cautions, and yeah, it's always nice to be able to go wheel to wheels with people and yeah, end up at the end of the race.
Got told at the start of the night you finish in third. You probably would take that, especially when you had your nearest championship rival behind you. I'm pretty sure you'll be happy with how the night's played out for you.
Yeah, definitely we'll take the points and keep our head down and move on. Yeah, can't complain with the third place, and yeah.
Well, congratulations on another solid result.
Yeah,
Well done too on putting the event together too tonight. It's been a really, really good event. Sorry, Fonty.
No, you're all right, mate. It was yeah, you looked to on that last lap there, you got very close to running to get past Dylan there. How was the track for you tonight?
Yeah, it was really. There's about 4 racing lines. You could go from the top to the bottom, back to the top, pretty much within the same lap, and yeah, still keep your speed up. So I think it's definitely a positive step that iRacing's taken, and yeah, hopefully this just means we can put on some more better racing for the fans in the future.
We better let you thank who you need to thank, because we often forget to do that. We better let you have your things you need to say.
Yeah, just the guys at Synergy Sim Racing, Trackstar Raceway, the Speedway Shop, and Newline Oils, and V8s Online for all their hard work that you guys put in. It's amazing, and Down Under Graphics as well.
Well, congratulations, Bob, on a very, very good third place finish and a really good fight at the end there. Well done.
All right, thanks, guys.
And we'll go lastly to our 4th place finisher and our championship leader. If I grab the right person in, that's always... There we go. Now I've got Joel in. Grab the wrong person. Well done. Congratulations on a 4th place finish. He's still holding on to the championship lead by 2 points by my calculations, and probably not overly happy with the 4th, especially with what happened to your teammates in the background.
I mean, I'll take a 4th after what happened at the start of the race. I know it was Bear, unfortunately, gone to Tim and caused a bit of a traffic jam between the 3 of us, but I was thankful to be able to continue. And how good was that racing?
That was incredible, but I want to know how the team is after 5 cars, all of the same team being involved in the same accident.
Nah, whatever. It happens, so it happens.
Yeah, it's
so,
track racing. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. So I'm sure everyone will move on and focus on to the next round. And it's good that Jock ended up getting a win, and yeah, it's good that he got the win, and I somehow got back to 4th. I don't know how, but I survived.
I was about to ask, how did you get yourself all the way back
that's all
through?
what it's about, really.
That was a pretty good fight to get all the way back up to 4th.
Yeah. Flashback to the Grand Slam. You remember that one?
Yep. That was a big fight all the way back through for that one. That was a hard fight, that one too.
Yeah, the that track there was pretty much back to the Grand Slam days. That was just a really racy track, and I think finally the update they've done has produced some better racing on the flat tracks. I don't think it's that well on the bank tracks, but on the flat tracks it's looking positive, and yeah, hopefully we can keep putting on a show for everyone.
Well, 2 weeks' time we head to Williams Grove, and no doubt we'll see you out on track then, and good luck for that event.
We sure will, and yeah, it should be very different. Williams Grove is a different track to any other track, really, so yeah, there's nothing else to race like that, and haven't ran it for a while, so be some good fun, and should be some good hard racing, hopefully.
Yeah, we can't wait for it. Thanks very much for jumping in, and thank you for all the hard work you do behind the scenes for this series as well.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, Fonty, what a night it's been. I think the neighbours will be knocking on the door, but I don't mind. I'll be more than happy to have them knock on the door if we get racing like that every week.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. No, I did not disappoint. Great. I certainly look forward to the likes of the Chili Bowl coming to iRacing very soon. That's going to throw up some great racing. It's been a great event for round 2. We saw an excellent one in round 1 and even better round 2. I can't wait to see what round 3 produces. I think definitely the neighbours will be knocking on your door or calling noise control by the end of that round.
Yep, I'm fairly sure they will be too. Williams Grove we head to in 2 weeks. That is our next broadcast in this series. But our next broadcast is tomorrow night with the resumption of the Geodesic Racing Sprint Series Australasia. Oceanic Sprint Championship has a new name. Sprint Series Australasia is the new name for the series, but still the same awesome GT3 racing. New formats as well this season. It's going to be really, really interesting. We've got Majors Series on Sunday with the Lotus 79 at Silverstone. Cannot wait for that one on Sunday. Monday on the iRacing Esports Network, we will have the V8 Supercars also from Silverstone. And next Wednesday, the start of the V8s Online Porsche Super Cup Australasia. It's going to be an action-packed next fortnight here on V8s Online, Fonty.
Oh, it certainly is, mate. We can't forget. Also, next weekend, we're going to round 8 of the V8 Supercar Online Premier Series. Head to Laguna Seca, one track we haven't been at before. So it's going to be really interesting. We've got, lots going on, like you say, Jay, on V8 Online in the next few weeks. Make sure you tune in. Do go and check out that iRacing Esports Network channel. We will be going there live for certain events. And I can't wait to see this the Sprint Series kick off tomorrow, Jay. It's going to be, we saw an excellent season last season, and I think it's going to be even better this one.
Yep, cannot agree more. So tomorrow night, GT3's live here on V8's Online. We go to Interlagos for round number 1, but the racing tonight has not disappointed as well, and looking forward to the next round of this series. In 2 weeks' time, we head to Williams Grove. On behalf of myself and the rest of the V8's Online team, we will wrap it up and say thank you very much for tuning in. Until tomorrow night for round number 1 of Sprint Series Australasia. It's goodbye for now.